Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is your daily tarot for Thursday, 21st September 2023. Thank you for joining me. Just a brief word about how I read. I've got here the major arcana of the ancient Italian tarot. And here I've got the minor arcana of the Rider-Waite split into its suits. So I'm going to pull 3 from the major, and then I'm going to drill down into the energy by putting 1 from each suit, the minor arcana, to drill down into the energy a little bit and get a fuller picture of what's going on with the major arcana spread. So that's how we roll. Let's see what's happening. Thank you so much for joining me. And one more little shuffle, and we'll get moving. Equinox, isn't it? How lovely. I do have an Equinox read on the channel if you want to have a look at that. Okay, here we go. Right. Starting off with the Tower in the reverse. The Magician is looking good. And the Hanged Man in the reverse. Bit tricky. The camera's upside down and the Hanged Man's upside down. He's already upside down, then he's in the reverse. He's like proper job upside down. Okay. Right, well, we've got movement. We've definitely got movement. Something might feel a bit sort of chaotic here, but I think it's more a fear of things being chaotic. This second column here in the middle, today with the Magician, this is like the hidden energy of the reading, and everything is in hand, whether you know it or not. And I mean, the Hanged Man in the reverse and the Tower in the upright are not a million miles away from each other, but you know, it's both about change, and change that has a sort of possibly equivocal relationship with exterior agencies. I mean, the Tower is definitely an exterior agency that's caused that change. All right, we've got a bolt from the blue here, nothing anyone could have done, no way of predicting it or kind of really controlling it, really. It's just sort of one of those things cards. And the Hanged Man, this is taking yourself out of the runnings, out of the flow of things for a while in order to get some sort of shift in perspective. It's when you sort of take yourself out of the river, out of the flow, and you sit yourself down on the bank for a little while and have a word with yourself. Here it's in the reverse. What I'm getting from this is that, as I say, everything's in hand. And this re-entering the flow from this period of kind of being outside of it and reconsidering things is over. It's over. And I think this Tower in reverse here is, to be frank with you, all this like really confounding retrograde energy that we've had going on. Like it seems to have been going on for months. Okay, and it's been hard. A lot of stuff has kind of emerged and come to light and really been discombobulating, but it's over. It's over if we did but know it. I mean, you know, change is always going to happen. That's what the whole of the tarot is about. It used to be called the Oracle of Change. It's all different sorts of change. But the change I see here in the hidden energy with the Magician in the upright is a taking of control of the elements of your life and re-entering the flow. re-entering the flow of life after this destabilizing period and reassessing period. We're on the road again. Yeah, if something was blocked or seemed ineffective or ineffectual, or you're pushing but you're not getting anywhere, now you will. Now you will. That's what I'm getting here. Let's start drilling down. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, as I said, it's been going on for a long, long time. We've been plodding, even though it's felt chaotic. We have, in fact, just simply been plodding day in, day out to get further along the road. I mean, what choice do we have? We've got to keep going, no matter how unstable and upsetting things may feel, and that's a good thing. I'm just seeing here for the first time the conjunction between these two cards. We've got this pentacle here, and we've got this, I guess it's a vase. Let me just have a quick look at it. Yeah, it's some sort of vase here, and it looks really similar. The pentacle is on the table, okay? The pentacle that this knight is carrying is now available to the magician to use, to do whatever he's going to do. Card number one, the proto sort of card of I can. It's the card of action. Card 0, the Fool, is I am. Card number 1, Magician, therefore I can. So there's the start of a new phase of movement here that has been slowly and steadily put in place, whether you know it or not. Ace of Wands. Wow. I think this is more about the wish, right? The wish to get something going, the wish to shift into a new gear. Unbelievable. Do you know what? I shuffle so much and the same cards come up over and over again in my readings. Yeah, this really hasn't been a comfortable time, no matter how, as I say, how much you've been hoping and wishing and pushing to get something new moving. Because that's what we're all doing all the time, isn't it? We're all trying to move forward. We're all trying to improve our lives. We're all trying to get happier. That's it, bottom line. It's about getting happy. And it's been a hard period. It's been a difficult period. And I'm sure, well, I expect I'll have more to say about this Three of Swords as the reading progresses. Let's keep going for now. Okay, and the Three of Cups. Okay. I think however hard this has been emotionally, there have been really good things happening here in the Three of Cups. In terms of just sort of low level, not low grade, but low level, sort of continuous, steady state friendship connections that have been supporting you through this time. And that reflects back to the Knight of Pentacles as well. You're in a much better position than you think you are. That is might be what I call this reading. That would be a bit wordy, wouldn't it? You're in a much better position than you think you are. Good. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. This magician is going to bring about like really beautiful, far-reaching changes. And changes that affect not just far-reaching in time, but far-reaching in terms of the contexts of your life, home, work, family, the ancestors, the descendants. This magician energy unlocks a kind of wholesale move forward into the establishment of something new. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. And again, I see this happening quite rapidly. We've had this period of like blocked action and kind of just plod, one foot in front of the other. There has been some sort of pain, but your friends have been there for you. And I mean, I can tell you, as you get older, this energy becomes much more valuable and much more important. They've something really beautiful, but kind of low key, as I say, has been sustaining you through this period. And you know, happy days. We're out the other side of it, and now you can begin to build on solid foundations. Really, really lovely. Knight of Wands, yeah, and it's going to show. It's going to show in your life. You know, this is not just about how you think. I mean, thinking and speaking, but definitely thinking. The mental phenomena is the swords. The clubs is more about actually building stuff. Sorry, the wands is more about building stuff in the world. And people are going to notice. You can't not notice this night. You know, everything is fluttering, everything's bright. There's real confidence here. And something very strong about you as an individual in this energy. What you can bring into, what you can manifest. That's magician energy, manifestation. What you can manifest in the world in your own right. Okay, it's beautiful. It's kind of solo construction energy here. And I've got a feeling people might be a little bit taken aback by the new direction in which you may decide to travel in this new energy. Really, really lovely. Four of Swords. Yeah, you've done the work, you've done the thinking, you've done the reconsideration. This is what I was saying about the Hanged Man in reverse here. You've done it. This period of being out of the flow and being in a state of kind of meditative reflection here. And I mean, the conjunction of the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords here. These three swords on the wall above the heart, right above the heart chakra there, are these three swords. You have worked now to get into a position whereby this no longer scares the what's-its out of you. You're open to it. And the stone here is like the carapace, like the shell of a chrysalis, as the transformation takes place inside. And the transformation here is kind of underpinned by this one sword here, the Ace of Swords here, running along the spinal column of this resting knight here. There is real strength here, and evolution and transformation from, as I say, with the chrysalis, from a bug to a beautiful winged thing. This is absolutely lovely, but you might not feel this yet because we're still just out of this very kind of sticky, stoppy, starty sort of summer retrograde here, there, and flipping everywhere energy. It doesn't feel like Knight of Wands yet. It doesn't feel like Magician yet. It doesn't feel like Ten of Pentacles yet, but it is. And you know, you're going to start feeling it soon. You're going to start feeling that kind of, I mean, I know it's not spring in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming into autumn, but there's a kind of sense of stuff that has been kind of not buried, but just germinating, can begin to sprout now in really, really effective ways, and ways that will have a positive effect and a positive influence, and that will last for a long time. This is the establishment of beautiful things in your life. Ten of Pentacles, what can I say? the Six of Cups. Yeah, real tenderness, real sort of, you know, something's caught up with itself through this. This kind of childhood, some people call it the childhood sweetheart card, Six of Cups. Stuff that has been with you for a long time and perhaps has been kind of buried a little bit. Not necessarily for a bad reason, but just buried because stuff just gets buried with other things, doesn't it? But it's coming back up and it feels right. That's what I'm getting off this Six of Cups today. It feels right. It's the right time. And the energy that you're moving into here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, it goes all the way back somehow. It's really kind of, in a spiritual sense, it's part of your deep metabolism. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels just. And somehow very, very sweet. I don't know how else to say it, but there's something really beautiful and sweet about this. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Right, time to get busy. Time to get busy. Look, we've moved from the Knight to the Eight. You know, this like plod. New projects blocked. Feeling really about it. Here we're moving into a period of industry and work. And, you know, this dude here knocking out pentacles, I mean, he might be doing it because he's got 6 kids at home and he's absolutely miserable, but he's got no option to do it. That would be a bit of a miserable motivation. Or he might be doing it because he's saving up for a passage to some other, you know, wonderful future for himself. But whatever it is, there's motivation here. This is being motivated to actually produce, to get materially active in the world. And it really does, you know, there's beautiful, like steady, solid, well-established, stable pentacle energy here in this reading. You know, the Knight just plods and plods and plods towards his destination. He's absolutely single-minded. He's only going in one direction, and it's the direction he needs to go in. Whatever else is going on, he will just keep going. This is what's on offer to you in this hidden energy. This is the potential that can come. And any sort of advice here, I would say, is do think on a wide level, like broaden your horizons in your thinking about what it is actually possible for you to bring about in the world through your work, through your efforts. You know, in what directions could your motivation be put to good use? And after this period of reflection here in the Four of Swords, following on from the Three of Swords, and the fact that this just all feels so sweet, I do see an expansion here of your horizons in terms of motivation, effort put in, return kind of extracted from the results of your effort, the fruits of your labor. Absolutely lovely. Page of Wands. Okay, there might be one special thing, one thing that really, really stands out. I mean, we've got the Ace of Wands here, the Knight of Wands here, and the Page of Wands here. In all of these wand cards, we are seeing one wand. And perhaps, you know, I said about broadening your horizons and sort of looking in new directions, possibly about what you can do in this pentacly energy. But I think the really good quality, the really kind of the good stuff in terms of work, in terms of what you actually manifest in the world, in terms of what you build, in terms of how you are seen. And that's what the Knight of Wands is about as well. It's about being sort of viewed in a public arena. It's visible in real life to others. When that kind of energy is really, really good and really, really positive, it's because disparate parts, separate parts of you know, separate interests, separate kind of things that you like doing, like hobbies or whatever, or just interests, stuff you're into. So when disparate bits of it come together into one whole, and that's what I'm seeing here in the Page of Wands and in the Knight of Wands. But I mean, this column here, this last column here, is really what is possible, bigger picture, what is possible. This column is where we are now. This is the hidden energy that we don't see, but is nonetheless there. And this is where it could all lead, obviously, depending on your actions based on your free will. And this page is looking so lovingly at that wand. It's all he can see. It's all he's interested in. It's all he wants to pay attention to. So there's something here about a range of possibilities, or a range of things kind of coalescing into one single project that kind of encompasses these different strands of your life. It's absolutely lovely. And that's when, like I said, that's when the really good work gets done in life, when you pull all these different bits together and suddenly some new approach, some new modality, some new thing suddenly pops into being, and you're like, that's it. That's what I should be doing. That's what I want to do. That's where my true motivation lies. And I see that being kind of discovered and experienced here in this third column. This is really lovely. Ten of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I do read these horizontally as well as vertically. I mean, we go from the 3, the heartbreak, to the 4, to the period of kind of reflection and meditation and transformation. And here we've moved on to the 10. You know, we are done with this stuff. We're done with it. You know, we know now, we can see here in the 10 of Pentacles and in the Knight of Wands, we know what is useful and beneficial and positive in this first column. It's not the Tower, it's not the 3 of Swords, it's not the sort of necessarily the endless kind of popping up of something new all the time and trying and blocked, trying and blocked and trying and blocked here in the Ace of Wands. I don't always see the Ace of Wands in those terms, but in the context of this reading, I do. We're done with it. We know what works. And there are 2 cards in this column that, to my mind, really work. It's the Knight of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. The keep on keeping on card, and the isn't it lovely to have friends card. Okay. And to be able to sort of share what's going on for you with like-minded people, it's such a tonic. It's so lovely. And those 2 energies, the persistence and the joy of connection here, are what we are taking into there's a very clear message here in the 10 of Swords that this kind of confusing stop-start hurtfulness sort of energy that is present in this first column, and the kind of feeling of chaos and things just sort of tumbling around, and outside agencies, sort of, be that people or jobs or family or whatever, kind of sticking their oar in and kind of, in a sense, forcing you to behave in particular ways. We're just done with it. We're done with it. We know what really matters, and we're very, very clear about that. And that's what I'm getting off the 10 of Swords today. And it feels good. Believe it or not, it feels good. Ah, man, what a beautiful way to end. 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups does, for me, sometimes have a sort of bit of a sort of happily ever after, happily ever over the rainbow sort of feeling to it. But it really, really does feel like moving in the most beautiful direction. And I mean, these two children here in the Six of Cups, there's something sort of almost adult-like about the way they're depicted, especially this one, and about the kind of setting in which they find themselves. It's like two little children playing at being grown-ups. Okay, it's very, very sweet, but they're not grown-ups, they're children. And here we see things in their rightful place. Here are the two children from the Six of Cups playing as they should be, just playing and dancing and jumping for the sheer joy of it. And here are the grown-ups who are in charge, and they've made this happen. This is moving into a new, and they did make it happen, and they decided to make it happen. Ten of Swords. So I'm done with this. I want this. And I know what this Ten of Cups energy represents in concrete, practical terms. And I have the willingness to put in the work to make it happen. Absolutely lovely. I'm so pleased. What a beautiful reading. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. This day is 21st of September 2023. Something has ended and something new begins. And I mean, you could say that about every day. You could say that about every millisecond that we go through. But this really, really is a shift. And what comes with you into this new setting is persistence, friendship, sweetness, the willingness to feel, the willingness to actually engage with the Three of Swords here. You know, the heart chakra is open here in the Four of Swords. And that puts you in a very, very, very strong position, because when you're no longer on the run, that's when the magic really, really, really happens, because there's nothing within you from which you feel the need to hide. Absolutely beautiful. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.